Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here tonight. Welcome to our band show. The show's just begun, really, so don't go anywhere. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and if you'd be so inclined, maybe like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. We'd greatly appreciate it. And of course, it would help get more eyeballs on this show and the band. I would like to bring in someone to the conversation, my co-producer, Patrick W. Huber. Pat, how you doing?
Doing great tonight, Christian. Having a fantastic time listening to Elephant Pack, and I really dig their style. It's really doing it for me.
Yeah, a wide array of sounds. And let's just jump right into it, guys. You said that there was a cool story behind that last song titled Let It Be. What might that story be?
Start it from the beginning, or are you going to start?
Well, yeah, we can start it from the beginning. I guess it was around Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And I wrote a song for her, and it just happened to be called Let It Be. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
When we started planning, this is also ties into the honeymoon story. It's like when we started planning, like, what do we want to do? We're like, oh yeah, it'd be really cool if we took that song and we brought it to Abbey Road and we recorded it there.
And we're like, haha, wouldn't that be funny?
Wouldn't that be funny? And then
Miss Girl that makes things happen.
I just sent some emails, and they checked out our music.
They have a process you go through.
There's a whole process, and then they're like, okay, you're booked, pay us.
Yeah.
So
we booked Abbey Road.
Yep, 2 days.
It was an amazing experience.
2 days and 2 songs. So Let It Be and You and Me were both recorded at Abbey Road.
We'll be playing that one next. But
yep, we recorded the first day, everything, all the tracks for all the songs. The next day we went in and just did some like little final touches, and then they mixed both songs for us. And then we shot a video for You and Me while they were finishing up mixing.
Check it out on YouTube.
Yes, definitely check it out on YouTube. And Abbey Road's amazing.
It was an amazing experience. Awesome.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Pat, I feel like that's like if you got to work on a David Lynch film.
Well, maybe David Lynch or Cronenberg, or there's a multitude of people I would enjoy to work with. But speaking of like favorite people, that basically you draw influence from, shooting at Abbey Road, obviously calling a song Let It Be. Now, how much of an influence are the Beatles to your music?
I would say good and decent.
I love the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's
between the both of us.
They're a college course in itself. So
yeah.
As a musician, I can appreciate the Beatles. I love their music.
Yeah.
They're like a doctorate program.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
But big influences.
Yeah, definitely.
For
and
sure.
and if you listen to the music, you can hear it.
Yeah. Some of our lighter stuff, we kind of, like we said, we kind of span all the different genres. But when we're in that genre, like kind of pop, classical rock, pop, we definitely touch upon the Beatles vibe for sure.
Yeah, it really does seem like, that's something Pat and I were talking about. Like, you guys have been all over the place, right, Pat?
Yeah, it's awesome just to see all the sources that you draw influence from. And, before we kind of move away from the Beatles, I just have to know, like, there's 2 great albums, Rubber Soul and what's the other one? Oh, man.
I would say Revolver. They're all great, so I can't help you out
there's
here.
great. But Rubber Soul and Revolver,
awesome
out of those
albums.
2 albums, which one would you choose if you were on a desert island, I guess?
I'm a Revolver kind of guy, so it would be Revolver for me. But
I feel like I would probably...
you're an Abbey Road girl, so you're Abbey Road all the way.
Yeah, but Revolver's a great album.
Yeah.
Well, I would pick Rubber Soul. They're both great records, though.
Yeah.
However, my favorite Beatles is Help. No, I'm just kidding. That's the
Is it?
hipster answer.
Yeah.
No, I'm also an Abbey Road guy. What about you, Pat?
Out of those 2, I think Rubber Soul is definitely one that speaks to me. But, there's plenty of great songs on Revolver. Those are kind of like the 2 albums that definitely drew me in to listen to the whole catalog of the Beatles for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you guys, your catalog's getting up there. It's coming pretty close to the amount of cut recordings. And so
I've been there.
where are some of the other amazing places that you guys have recorded at?
Yeah, so Subcat out in Syracuse. We did 2 of the songs there. We actually were at the recording company in Albany for 2 songs. We did Big Blue North, and that's in Utica. We did Electric Wilburland in Ithaca. We did More Sound, also in Syracuse, different spot. The Boston one, in Abbey Road. So it's 4. I think
that's it. Yeah.
Oh
Utica,
no, we did
Big Blue.
Subcat. We did 3 songs at Subcat.
And you said Big Blue.
Yeah, I said Big Blue. Yeah, so we bopped all around.
That's really cool. So, let's talk about this catalog then. Are you guys playing some of the songs at some of these places you've recorded tonight?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
So
Oh,
all
cool.
of them except mine. Mine's the only one that we haven't actually recorded yet.
These are all off the second and third album.
Yep, these are all the black and white.
We didn't want to play any of the older songs tonight. We wanted to do some newer songs.
Yep.
But we did want to debut a brand new song, and this new album that we're doing is I'm so excited for. So it's taking it to a whole nother level.
And that's what we've been trying to do musically is like, okay, how do we one up the last album, or like how can we grow to the next album? I feel like we've been pretty successful with it so far.
Growing as songwriters, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what is the writing process like?
we're just
How does it, maybe not every song is the same, but, like, what is kind of the general flow if you have one? Something we could share with the listeners so they can maybe get a glimpse into how these amazing songs come to life.
Drink a lot of coffee and I write lyrics.
Sarah writes a lot of lyrics, and she gives me the pad, and I just go crazy.
Yeah, and then he'll come with a guitar idea, and then I'll try to come up with some drums, and then he comes up with the bass parts, and, I find it really hard to come up with melody lines most of the time for my stuff. So that's where his genius comes in with all that stuff. But yeah, the first album versus the second and third are a little different because he actually, if you listen to the first album, he's all of the parts. And I'm just in the background recording and mixing and producing and putting in like something that sounds like crickets or something that sounds like a siren, or I'll throw a little ukulele thing in there, or like a couple little guitar parts, or like, but most of the music is Dave with my lyrics, most of the lyrics, but yeah.
Because I just took your lyrics and just went
Well,
crazy
yeah,
with them.
but we were trying to like streamline
Right.
the process too.
We were doing
And,
a video and song once a month for 12 months. So on YouTube, we have 12 videos, 12 songs, and that was our first album.
Yeah, and then we went crazy and we're like, oh, let's do a lyric video too.
Yeah, we didn't even
So-
intend to put out an album. We were just, let's put out a song. Let's put out a
Yeah.
video. Let's put out another song. Let's put out a video.
Yeah.
And it just happened to work into an album. So
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And, they're all quality too. So I know like the impetus might have been maybe sort of the way that the world of music moves now, right? Content is king, always be putting
Yeah.
something out. But I'm very impressed with how they're all quality. And
Yeah.
so Sarah, you also play some string instruments. You also kind of contribute to the tapestry outside of the drums then.
Yeah, on the first album, I dabble. Like I learned guitar parts and bass parts and things for the YouTube videos that we put out for the first album, because we were there's only 2 of us, so we're trying to make cool videos, and so sometimes we'd switch instruments because we can. And but yeah, we I dabble. I'm not like super great at stringed instruments, but I'm trying.
Okay, that's
you
very cool.
do and try.
That's really awesome. And you guys are kind of like a hybrid Elton John and Bernie Lennon then, like
Kind of.
lyrics come from one place, the music comes from the
Yeah.
place that most places the singer kind of comes up with the lyrics, and
Yeah.
but it seems like it's a real collaboration
Yeah.
across all the different
And there's been plenty of songs that he's come up with. I mean, Let It Be, You and Me, those are all his lyrics. And then I just played drums.
All the all the love songs are pretty much.
No, but I mean, he did. They're actually on the Black Album. Fun fact: the song "Human," Dave did all of the things. I just sat in the studio and watched.
even the drums.
Sound
Oh,
like
as a
the-
drum
he
teacher.
did the drums.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow,
he did.
that's really cool.
He really wanted to do.
I wanted one song.
One
in the album.
song, and so he did everything, and I couldn't even be mad because I sat there, and I was a little mad because I was like, like, no, I'm not gonna get to do anything on this song, it's a stupid song, and I don't even like this song. And then he's in there recording, and I was like, okay, that was really good. damn it. Like it was awesome. It was perfect. And every part of it was just perfect. So if you're listening to the Black album, Human is awesome.
Nice. And that's
Sarah.
it's whatever makes the song best at the end of the day. It's still your shared
that's what it
Oh, for sure.
So I find that all of my favorite bands have that mentality, right? Like the Beatles.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Beatles, there were times when Paul McCartney would play a slide guitar part and George would hand it over, knowing that it was the right touch for that
Right.
specific moment. You know,
Right.
it didn't mean George wasn't a part of the creative
Right.
process. It's just everyone's stylistic choices, even in one unit, right? One unit, there are so many different, as we can tell with you guys, so many different elements coming from both of you. So that's really cool. I love when I hear that the song comes first. It's, I think, super important in the
Yeah.
age we're in,
Yeah.
obviously, and then the sound you make too, song is king, and
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that. And one thing that you guys definitely have in common with us is a love for coffee.
Yes.
As I'm sure Pat would attest to on that one, but Mr. Triple, Quadruple Shot.
Oh yeah,
But heck,
those are the best ones.
yeah, for
Get
sure.
lots of lyrics when you do those.
Yeah, right.
Of course, of course. Well, guys, it is really great hearing so many different styles and how full. This is the last thing I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about before
Yeah.
we go live. How full it is with just two of you.
Yeah.
And
Just
I know
a
you.
guitar and drums.
We've
yeah.
gotten that comment a lot, actually.
Yeah, you
So
put a lot
it's-
of work into it, I can tell. Like the
Yeah.
gear is very thought out, especially on the guitar board. There's like a doubler at some point, which you guys will hear later on, that adds a really nice, almost as if there was a bass player into the room with the guitar. And so what was like, I'm sure there was a curation process to making that happen. What's like the quick sort of short of it for all of our musicians out there who might be trying to pick up some tricks, as I selfishly ask?
Well, work hard and work harder kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
You just get your idea and try to make it work. You really do your research and it's not going to come. Nothing comes from free. So.
yeah. Well, he researched okay, what's going to make it thicker so it sounds like a bass sound, and
Right.
stuff
It's
like
just
that,
the
too.
two of us. How can we make this
Yeah.
into a sound that's
The
going to be full
harmonizing.
enough? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mission accomplished, and
Right on.
I'm really glad that you guys did accomplish that mission. Because we've been mixing and working with you all day, but like it has not gotten old. It continues to feel fresh, and especially seeing you guys live right now, there's just like another element that you're adding to the performance, which is absolutely incredible. So speaking of the performance, let's keep this thing rolling, guys. We're gonna bring back some more amazing Elephant Back music for you right now, so don't go anywhere. We have a whole nother set coming up, and this next song is called You and Me by Elephant Back, and it's our pleasure to let them jam again. Guys, take it away.
Thank you.